Hi everyone, it's Tuesday and we've got another reading skills lesson today. We're still looking at the same text, so if you get your date and vipers written in, we're looking at vocabulary for V, explain for E, and retrieval for R. And then I thought I'd go through a quick recommendation for you. It's called The Land of Raw, which is a great book. It's kind of quite a recent book, so it's a good one to maybe get your hands on. But the blurb goes like this. So, I see a cluster of jelly-shaped islands, a castle rising out of the sea, and 3 dragons soaring through the sky. And written along the top of the map in my spiky handwriting is one word: roar. It's a great book. It's got kind of lots of imagination in there. There's like ninja wizards and all sorts. So if that sounds like a bit of you, then maybe kind of save up some pocket money and get your hands on it, because it's a good book. So I thought I'd just start with a recommendation. Okay, going on to our story. Yesterday, just a bit of a recap, we kind of worked out that we've got a rat as our main character. It's the he in the story. It doesn't have a name. We just know it as he. He was doing this, he was doing that, so it's a rat. The rat had a fight with another female rat because they were looking for food, but they stopped because smoke started to thread its way into the room. So we're going to work out today what that smoke is all about. Okay, so let's get started. He flicked his eyes back to her, but she was already off and running. She scrambled up the wall and out through the window. So that was how she got in. He dashed after her, all thoughts of food and fighting forgotten. The bright, terrible, flickering enemy. Interesting. It's interesting. It describes it as this thing as the bright, terrible, flickering enemy. Kind of think about what flickers. She already had reached the ground when he reached the window ledge and looked over. He dug his claws deep into the wall as he climbed down, not deeply enough. A section of wall gave way underneath him, and he tumbled to the ground. The falling clump landed by his head, hardly missing him. There was no time to worry about that fall now. Quick as a flash, he was back on his feet and tearing off into the main street. What he saw was terrifying. It's quite nice that the author has put that on its own, so it kind of creates that tension. An orange glow, tall, licking flames, great showers of bright golden sparks filling the air. Above it all loomed a monstrous cloud of thick black smoke. The city was burning. The ground itself was getting hot. A glowing lump of charcoal bounced a few feet away from him. He had to move, but where could he run? Okay, it's really nice, lovely description. Well, not lovely description, a horrible description of this monstrous sight, licking flames. That's what flames do when they kind of dance around. They lick. It's not licking like it's licking that's what they call the flames, licking. Loomed is a really interesting word, and that's going to be part of your questions. A monstrous cloud. It's kind of got the appearance of a monster. It's kind of monstrous. So a monstrous cloud, a monster of a cloud. Okay, let's keep going. Away from the flames he dashed. Anywhere was better than that street, or so he thought. Each new twist and turn just brought him back to another wall of fire. There were times where he thought he was free, but then the heat would appear again, and he would have to run once more, his heart pounding. So it's really hitting. It's one of our homophones, pounding, isn't it? Because you can get a pound like a coin, but a pound is a hit. So his heart is hitting, his heart is pounding. The city was a maze, winding narrow streets and closed wooden houses. It was impossible to see the best way to run without climbing onto a roof, but to go so high might leave him trapped. The other rats flashed past him, alone, in pairs or large groups. As the city shrank, more and more of his kind were forced together. The fire was like a great can scooping them up and about to close around them. Terrified squeals filled his ears, and they pushed, bit, scratched, and clawed to be the furthest away from the fire. He snarled at one rat, clambered over another, pressed another into a wall as he burst past. Okay, so these rats are panicking, aren't they? I've just highlighted the word flash there because in this text so far. It's got some really good synonyms for just running. It had darted in yesterday's one. It had flashed, scurried. All these kind of words are really good descriptions of just rather than just saying he ran. Okay, really good descriptions. The city is shrinking as well. Is it actually shrinking? You might have to think about why is it describing the city as shrinking? What is making it shrink? And the fire was like a great hand, kind of controlling them all. Okay, so your questions for today. What does the verb loomed mean? Use a dictionary to find out, or ask somebody if you're not sure. What are the words? What are the words? The bright, terrible, flickering enemy that all rats learn to fear describing. Okay. As a city shrank, what does the author mean when writing that the city is shrinking? Is it actually shrinking? It's got a big shrink ray on it. You have to decide that. Are the rats working together and friends now? So they've stopped fighting, but are they actually friends? Find evidence to support your answer there. Why does the author describe the fire like a great hand? Why is it actually picking them up and placing them? What is it? Why is it like a hand? Okay, what is that hand doing? What words and phrases describe the city as a maze? Okay, so I want to know kind of words that are similar to maze and how it's describing it as a city maze. What words are there? Okay, so pause now. The sheets are on Teams, or you can rewind the video and read back through, and we'll go through some answers now. Okay, there's our answers. So the verb loomed means large, often frightening or unclear shape or object. It also kind of means like towering. If something's looming over you, it's like some sort of unknown thing over your head, kind of powerful and dangerous also. What words does bright, terrible, flickering enemy that all rats learn to fear describing? It's the fire. Simple as that. It's the fire in the city. The city shrinking? Well, actually, it's the fire burning or destroying the city and making it smaller. Okay, so the actual houses aren't going shrinking. It's burning the city, so it's shrinking the space they can go in. Are the rats working together? No, they're not at all. They're not friends. They're not fighting, but they aren't working together. They bit, scratched, and clawed each other to get furthest from the fire. He pushed one into the wall. He clambered over another one. They're not friends. They're kind of just stampeding away from the fire, aren't they? Number 5, the great hand, it looks like it's scooping them all together. Okay, so the fire is controlling them to be all together, so it's kind of like ushering them together. And number 6, the city maze, what words are there? It's winding, narrow streets and closed wooden houses. They felt trapped, like they're in a maze. Okay, so that's our answers. Hope you got on okay today. Come back, not tomorrow because it's Science Day tomorrow, but on Thursday we'll go through the next part of the story and see if these rats escape or where do they go. Okay, take care everybody. I shall see you on Thursday. Bye.